Hey everybody, it's your boy Aege95, and today I'm here to talk about a game that I think deserves a little bit more attention. And that game, it's called Pray for the Gods. See, a lot of you may not know this, but one of my favorite games of all time is Shadow of the Colossus, well, favorite single-player game of all time. And Pray for the Gods is somewhat of a spiritual successor to that game. It was made with a heavy influence from Shadow of the Colossus. That little bit of information alone made me interested in the game and want to research and find out what's really going on with this thing. Though, just being influenced by Shadow of the Colossus and being somewhat of a successor to the gameplay that Shadow of the Colossus brought doesn't mean you guys will be just as interested as I am about the game. So let me just try to give you guys a little bit of an overview of what this game has to offer, and see if that could pique your interest. So the plot basically is, your protagonist travels to this unknown land to find a solution to this never-ending winter that's plaguing the area. But of course, it won't be easy to find the solution. You will encounter unknown colossal creatures roaming the land, which you'll have to go toe-to-toe with during your quest, and trek through the land surviving the dangers of the blistering winter, which will have vast effects on your character as you go about navigating the terrain. Like Shadow of the Colossus, Pray for the Gods' main draw will be the colossal creatures roaming the land and the various ways you have to combat them. Obviously, taking the most influential part about the game that influenced it, Pray for the God will have scaling these gigantic foes as a core gameplay element. But what I find interesting about this is, in Shadow of the Colossus, your character carried a sword that he used to stab the weak points of the colossi to inflict damage. Wait, colossi is the plural for colossus, right? I don't fucking know. But looking at the character here in Pray for the Gods, she's only armed with a bow and a grappling hook/hook shot, no sword. It makes me wonder if there's another goal to scaling these monsters if it's not to stab a weak spot, since a sword or a knife hasn't been shown. Then again, footage of damage actually being dealt has never been shown either, so for all we know, our character could be packing a sword or more weapons somewhere in inventory, or has some type of ability to topple down these foes for a clear shot with their bow. Pray for the Gods hasn't been confirmed to be a boss battle only game like Shadow of the Colossus, or at least it hasn't to my knowledge, don't quote me on that. But footage of the specter, ghostly type enemy makes me think that this game may not just include gigantic foes to scale or only boss battles, which is pretty dope, I wouldn't mind that. I think that if the game was only a boss run and consisted of foes that you have to scale, it wouldn't be a bad thing. But having foes that shake up that conception and have ways of dealing with enemies other than climbing them would be a solid way of really showing people that this game isn't just a fan's portrayal of what influenced them, i.e. Shadow of the Colossus. It would be interesting seeing what the devs can come up with other than climbable enemies. For example, something like that ghost thing that we saw earlier, because you know, you can't climb that, it's like a ghost. Though, all of this is just kind of food for thought. Now, just as important as the gigantic foes in the game is the environment you will traverse. Pray for the Gods, like I stated earlier, will put you in a mysterious land that is plagued by a never-ending winter. Snow, ice, high winds, and I would imagine more environmental effects will be there to spice up the landscape and your journey. Snow for one seems to be playing a huge role because if you haven't noticed, the whole damn place is covered in the stuff. So the game will have pros and cons that come from that, especially when it comes to exploration. For example, snow could be deeper in certain areas, and it will leave tracks guiding you back to where you came from if you ever got lost while exploring. But as a downside to that, exploring could spell the end for you, since deeper snow will cause your character to become fatigued and hungry the more you travel. If you do in fact neglect to keep an eye on your character's condition while out and about, you will run the risk of being chilled to the bone, which I would assume isn't a good thing. Pray for the Gods will have a dynamic and ever-changing weather system that can go from a sunny day to a hellish blizzard on a moment's notice, so you're gonna have to keep your wits about you. The world seems to be just as bit as dangerous as the gigantic foes that you come across, and a trek out to find your next foe could have you changing courses and looking for shelter to warm yourself up, as stated by the developers. Speaking of shelter, the world will be scattered with caves that you can use to survive storms, and I would expect it to work something like the campsites in the latest Tomb Raider games, where you can upgrade weapons/gear you found, craft, and etc. I don't know about you guys, but Pray for the Gods is seeming like a game that's right down my alley. And now that you know at least a little bit about it, I hope it's down yours too. Yeah, not a bunch of details are known at this current time, but the tidbits we do know and have seen seem pretty dope and deserve to be at least on your radar. Right now this game is only being worked on by a group of 3 dudes, and it's actually amazing what they've come up with thus far. Not even a week ago they got the game working on consoles after just a few days of tinkering with dev kits for the PS4 and Xbox One. These dudes got the juice, and it shows. Actually, as of me recording this video, their Kickstarter for the game just passed its goal of 300,000, and it's still gonna be up for a few more days, so if you guys want to support the game and check out more information on it, I'm gonna leave the link for the Kickstarter in the description, or I might have it on screen somewhere. You guys make sure to check that out, since it would help to reach their next stretch goal, which is to add more animations for our bosses and the protagonists, you know, just to make the game flow a little bit better and just look more appealing, I guess. But I think I'm gonna end this right here. This video went on a little bit longer than I expected it to, but it's all cool. But you know, it's your boy Aege. Drop that like if you enjoyed the video. It helps me out a lot. And if you're feeling extra generous, hit that sub button too. It makes my day, and I'm sure it'll make yours. That's a lie, but okay. But you know, stay golden guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you look right above me, you can see 2 of my previous videos. So, if you feel like supporting your boy, feel free to check them out. It's okay, take your time. I'll just be right here when you're ready to watch them.